I can just see that one bit of thread. Like, blah, blah, blah. Shit. Shit. Oh, shit. Shit. Is
that my drink just gone? Cheers. There's still some in it.
No, but what's down here?
What?
What's down here? The camera back.
Oh, fuck. After that, as a dramatic intro. This is going to be a different kind of ghost stops from what we usually do, because instead of going to a place and investigating it, we're going to be talking about a place that we went to a few years ago and investigated that subsequently never appeared really as a full episode.
Also, I'm here.
Also, Sophie's here.
Yeah.
You were on the investigation. But yeah, it never appeared as a full episode because...
Well, the thing is, you'd spoken to the landlord there. Philip. We went in and done an investigation at the pub. The idea was to come back and film an introduction to it, as we do with an episode.
Mm-hmm.
That never happened. We then went and done a second investigation there. Didn't really have anything more happen than we did on the first night, and it just kind of got shelved. And I think he's not the landlord there anymore.
Well, this is the thing. It was a location that we filmed at, and we went back and did another investigation, but since that second investigation there, it closed down for a little while, and then I think it's changed hands twice now.
Yeah.
This is the Gainsborough in Sudbury. So there's different people running it now. You had the footage archived for a couple years now.
Yeah, it must have been about over 2 years ago we filmed it.
Yeah.
And we just never done anything with the footage. We didn't ever sort of get round to making the whole episode, so it just kind of sat there. The issue
that we also had was obviously where it's changed hands now, we didn't necessarily want to put a video out with new owners and then they sort of get a bit like disgruntled about it,
especially with no kind of disclaimer like we're doing today.
But this is why we're doing this today, is as a disclaimer.
So in the end, you ended up sending me over the footage to say, here it is, have a go at making a ghost stops with it. And I went through, and I feel like there is enough there that we can have an episode with. The only problem being that we have like the investigation and some of the interviews with the people there, but we didn't actually have all the kind of supporting stuff for a full episode. So
the backbone's there.
Yeah. So I've gone back through, put together a ghost stops video that's actually quite an interesting one. And since putting it together, you two have both watched through the episode.
Yeah.
And I basically wanted to... I mean, you said about the idea of going through and maybe just kind of highlighting some stuff, because there's stuff that I found on the footage that I wanted both of your opinion on, rather than just me going like, here's the thing, this is what I think. I think as you're both there, have you two sort of have a look at it as well.
There's been movement upstairs, there's been thudding from upstairs, there's been things moving, other things.
Another thing, we're talking about the office, it's very, I don't know, it doesn't have a good feeling in there. Our old bar manager used to live upstairs, and she heard a bang down here. To be fair, all of us bar girls were down here and we heard that crash. We go up and the chair is on the floor.
Me and some of my colleagues have been upstairs, and we've heard noises from our office and from our kitchen and from downstairs, things that it's not the wind, or sometimes logic can't be explained for it, and it's freaked us all out.
We have light flickerings, like it could be due down to our electric, but you never know. Another thing, Jess, who used to be our bar manager, who used to live upstairs, she laid up a table in the snug. No one has keys to the pub but her. She came down and the knives and forks were moved.
So I remember you said earlier that it sort of seems to be the office areas where a lot of stuff sort of has come from.
Yeah, the office, in my opinion, and some of the colleagues would think the office is like the main part of it all, definitely. And like you feel as though you've been watched over your shoulder, and the noises and the movements, that's predominantly where it's coming from.
Do you know how long sort of weird things have been experienced in here before? I know you said the old bar manager. How long
Was it been going on?
It's been going on, and probably past workers in this place has probably, you know, experienced these things.
And again, nothing's been seen. It's been stuff. A lot of things.
Depends if you're tired or not. You think you see things, but it could be one of those situations. Like, if you're here, you could randomly see something in the corner of your eye over there, but it could be due down to thinking about it. But
I think the kitchen's actually underneath the office. Is that right? I think the kitchen's underneath the office. And we've been behind the bar even like on a busy weekend, and you go in there and you hear a noise, and then there's jugs all over the floor.
You know, we'll hear a crash, we'll go in there, and then there's jugs all over the place.
Sometimes the knives have been taken off the magnetic board.
I already said, I think it was when we first came in, you said you get the impression it's a man.
It's definitely a man. It's just man energy.
And what's when you say you feel, what does the presence feel like when you think there's something or someone there with you?
It's not anything necessarily like intimidating or scary. It's just if like someone was next to you and you looked at them, you'd see them, but you can't see them. That's what it feels like. Or sometimes when you get dressed, you're like, oh, you turn around, is someone there? And it's not.
When me and Mads used to get changed upstairs in Philip's bedroom. So the bathroom was there, and he has a bathroom inside his bedroom. We used to hear the curtain moving about, didn't we? And we were just sitting there like half naked thinking, what the fuck is that?
Okay, and as you said earlier, well, you've not seen anything or heard any voices at all?
No.
Stuff moving?
All stuff, no voices, no shadows or anything. You feel a presence, but you can't physically see anything. It's like it's moving it or it's touching something else.
We used to have an old manager, and to be fair, our cellar door fell on his head, and we didn't do that. Not out of, you know, horribleness, because although we would love to do that, did you hear that? Just fell on the floor, like on his head. I was like, what? That could be something.
You know, you feel like something's there, or like it's a bit cold up there. That's what it feels like.
Okay, so you definitely think there is something going on here. Possibly sort of a male energy or a male sort of spirit.
There's definitely something, you know.
All right. So I got the rim pudding shot. Yeah, that looks good.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
That's how bad it is. You can't see it, there's like a little cubby hole there. Yeah. And it's where the sump pump is. So we have to take down 150 litres of water every 2 minutes. Cool. Because we've been busier than the previous owners. It's not kind of the mould. We only had a new one put in last week.
So is that from rain or what's that from?
No, dishwasher, sink.
Oh, it's just leaking.
Yeah. Should have quite good for one that's double the size.
Have you had stuff happen down here?
Personally, no. Oh.
Take away.
Personally, no.
Ow! I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I know, I did the same. That's, tell you what,
That scared the fuck out of me.
of all the places so far,
Don't do that! Mate, you guys were downstairs, I was like, it's making me feel creepy, and all of a sudden, someone starts banging on the door, it's mush with the takeaway.
What were you saying?
I was saying so far, like, weirdly enough, in that little snug bit, it's completely different kind of atmosphere from the rest of the pub. I can't really explain it, it's very strange.
Do you reckon that's because it's dark in there?
I don't think it's that, it's like, it feels like you're in a different building.
Is that original or extended though?
No idea.
That's probably all original over that side.
Bit's original. I remember what's his manager saying that's built with all original because half is extended. I know what you mean though. It does feel like it's not
attached.
Yeah.
not attached, doesn't it?
When I'm sitting down there, once I close, down there for a little while. And so this place was alright. It's when I go upstairs, it feels like really weird.
Yeah.
Like I sort of just do like one last little double check behind me.
Double take
It doesn't help that the fireplace is there, does it?
No.
Because it's like,
And that bit is very near the rest of the pub. If I'm in a snug for even during like half a minute and that. That's probably,
it doesn't matter what time of day it is.
The snug and the glass thing is probably the only thing that.
Is that where that happened then with the
No,
glass?
I don't know where that happened. I was sitting in that chair right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it come from, but I just heard and I don't know if it was that way or if it was like around this, but it was in this area.
It's somewhere here.
Because it was quite loud.
Yeah.
It wasn't like off in the distance like that. It was like a proper. Oh shit! I shot out my chair. I ran downstairs.
For me, it's this.
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Quite high EMF in here.
Really?
Whether that's something that plays on your mind.
That's quite strange.
So what we're getting out here, we're getting about a 1 out here. And you go into the snug and it's going up to sort of 7 or 8.
Wow.
But it could be just where the wiring is in the building. And EMF can affect your brain in the sense that it can make it feel like there's a presence there or something. So whether that's what's going on. But if you look,
That's so unusual.
get about a 2 there, and the closer you get to the snug,
So it all changes. You come here.
you can see through the
I mean, it's going up already.
Yeah.
So there's actually something you can detect about coming in here. Would it be to do with like the emergency lighting or something?
That's possible, but yeah, it's definitely higher in here.
That's weird.
That is odd. I don't know what it is, but not a lot of customers sit in here.
They don't, do they?
They
No.
really don't.
No, they don't like it in here.
No.
People say they don't like it in here because it feels
Even though
like
it's
isolated.
quiet,
Yeah.
you know, it's too quiet sometimes. You know.
Yeah, I mean, just sitting on the table is going up to about 4.
That's weird.
Whereas out there it's 1. But it's probably from the wiring and whatever, but like it.
Yeah, but I'd say, well, I'll grab another one and I'll check the actual.
Could it be the TV? But there's a TV over there.
What you say about the wiring? Like, what do you mean by the wiring?
Well, just sort of the wire in the wall could be the CCTV, just all sort of.
That area over there, by the double doors.
Yeah.
Pretty similar to here.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things that like. Huh?
Oh gosh, should I shut this main door?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued now. See if it goes up over there.
Huh?
Which range?
0 to 3.
Better shut that cellar in case you're not coming on the bar.
Yeah.
That'll make an interesting documentary, isn't it?
So it's even lower over here,
It's lower over here.
literally down to 0.
No way.
It's
at the lowest.
Have we tried the
It's just
kitchen
the
yet?
lowest over here.
It's the lowest over here.
And that's exactly the same wiring. You've got more lights
Yeah.
here as well.
Yes, that is unusual.
And you think like the fruit is
Yeah,
here
fruit
and all the
machine.
lights
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
here.
fruit machine wiring. You've got
I would say the least amount of wiring is in the snug.
What,
Yeah.
what about the girls' toilets? Can we
Yeah, give
try
that.
that?
Yeah.
Molly wants to have a look. Yeah, I don't want to know if my
Because-
buildings.
Just see if it is where stuff is happening. That there's. Yeah, getting about 0.
Yeah, nothing in there.
0.5.
Yeah, that's weird that it's gone up like that in the snug.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see what it's like in the office as well.
Have you not done that yet up there?
Not with this, no.
Go on then.
But look, you can see it. You can see it climbing
Yeah, already.
as we're coming over here.
It's not from that.
Is yours is getting the readings
Yeah,
as
but
well.
it's not from. It's not from any electrics. It's just in this room.
If we turn it to the electric field, nothing.
Because I tried. There's a camera up there. I tried that and that green light and the TV, but it's none of them.
When it goes near it, does it like usually, like the?
Yeah, generally
Yeah,
the
it would jump a
source
lot
the
higher.
source of it will be.
It's just this whole room. It's got like more energy than
Yeah,
anything
defo
else.
do that in the kitchen, the office, and see if it goes
Yeah.
up as well.
Oh yeah.
It's intriguing me now.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't mean it's anything paranormal, but it could be.
Yeah, literally closer to here. It's now almost back down to 0.
But that's the thing, it's weird that it's only doing it.
Which is where a lot of the
Yeah,
experiences
where-
have happened.
towards that way a little bit more, which again is like, oh, should we make some tea in a pan? What's it like?
Yeah, we're getting about a 1, which is what we had.
Yeah.
But that's odd though, because you think that kitchen wall is.
Backs onto it, yeah.
So does it change much in it? Or is
No.
it back?
It's about the same.
Yeah, I mean, near the microwave, it goes up a little bit, but you'd expect that.
But then we're getting that coming from the middle of the room.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to really go next to it to get it to jump to something like that.
So the office is above the
They
snug.
haven't.
Is the office above? I think here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kitchen is on top of the kitchen, because I remember the water was falling
Those,
down from
those
the
stairs
washing
go up
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The office is literally on top of the snug a little bit.
Should we give the office a go? Just
Yeah.
because I'm quite curious to see.
I'm coming up. We're coming up with you. We're curious.
I'm getting a bit higher than. It's not as high as the snug.
But is it going up?
Yeah, we're up to about a 2. I reckon the closer this way is. Yeah.
That's more towards the snug.
Yeah, no, look, it's going 3, 4.
Yeah.
About what we got in the snug. So it's like a pillar.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just in that
it is.
block.
It's fluctuating as well, which is weird.
Yeah, I noticed that. I've got a camera focused on the one on the bar, on top of the bar, and that's going. It's not steady. It's like all over the place.
Have you got your camera with you?
It's downstairs on the bar.
You silly boy.
We've got that.
So straight away, we just thought we'd do a quick EMF sweep around the building. The vast majority of the building in the pub area is sort of registering about a 1 on magnetic fields. We went into the snug and it was sort of really jumping up, very high readings, very high spikes in there. And we went round a couple of the other areas where things have been experienced, the snug obviously being one of them. Kitchen didn't really have any high readings in there. We come up to the office, which sits just above the snug, and we were having very similar readings up here. So it's almost like there's a pillar of energy potentially. It's certainly isolated into this area of the building. Whether that is caused by anything paranormal or whether it is some kind of something to do with the wiring in the building. There was the other area over near sort of the pool table, which has exactly the same wiring.
Anything more to be with the lighting and with the wiring with the emergency system, there's actually more at the end of the bar. So
you'd expect more EMF
Yeah.
from over there. It's just
You've got all
really
the music
strange,
and everything's on that
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
Two of
and
the
the
most.
speakers, we don't have any of that in the snug.
Yeah, it's just like 2 of the most active areas of the building have higher EMF than the other areas. I say, but we just need to dig a bit deeper and see if there is anything that could potentially point to this being paranormal, or whether it is something, like say, to do with the wiring, or maybe poles outside. Not Polish people, but you know,
Yeah.
whether it's something to do with the wiring or some external factor that we're not aware of yet. The big thing I remember there was that EMF kind of
Fluctuating.
Yeah, it was in the snug,
Yeah.
which I remember was where they said a lot of people. They said just people don't go in the snug. They said
Yeah,
that
they
there's
didn't
people
like
that
it.
said it's a bit creepy in there. People just generally kind of steer clear from it, which is where we had really high EMF readings from. Which, interesting as well, another active area they said was the office.
Yeah.
Which, interestingly, was
It's right
just above the snug. So it seemed there was this column of EMF. Where that originated from, we don't know, but they all seem to tie into areas where people don't feel particularly comfortable in the building. I remember that element of it,
Right.
which was the most interesting part of it all, certainly on the night.
That's
really strange.
That is very.
We've actually never had that before.
Have you not?
Not like a pillar of.
It's just
Of energy, like of
yeah, it's just really weird. It's the oldest part of the building.
Yeah. And it's the places that we.
I'll pass you over to Doris Jr. now.
Should I take you into the fridges?
Yeah.
Obviously, turn off the light. Don't know. It's
Oh
still,
yeah.
It's still quite a funky area. Like, obviously, when locking up at night, you rush to turn that light off. Don't know if you're.
But there's nothing that's really like. There's no like. I mean, maybe the fridge, but the fridge is away from that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, with the office as well, so
I'll tell
I don't
Philip.
cash up in there anymore, I cash up down there. So if I'm sitting up there cashing up,
Yeah.
so I know I've got the sous chef living up there with me as well.
Yeah,
It
I'll be out
feels
in 2
like
minutes
someone
and
is just like continuously walking past.
yeah.
And that is
In the
that's
corridor-
why
in
I
the
cash up
corridor
down here
area.
now. I don't cash up there.
He was just telling me about the light that flickers. Is it these glasses that fly off, or is it glasses elsewhere?
More so those ones. But with like we said, oh, it might just be if we're stomping about, it would take these ones off. But we've literally had it there being back here.
Yeah.
It takes some doing anyway.
It takes some doing and then it's travelled.
And it's got to go up.
Right.
Yeah.
It comes down.
Definitely, like this is a little room, you know.
So did you have like weird feelings of being back in this bit?
Yeah, just along this pathway.
I was thinking maybe the
like
fridge has something to do with it, but then the fridge is away from that area, so...
I don't think fridge or anything doing it.
Did he say that like he had readings coming from the kitchen?
No.
He said like
he said it
one.
was a 1 here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Which is weird because that's
No, he
what
said
freaked
that
us
there was
out.
not much here at all.
It could be like vibration from music.
Me and Molly have had it, not necessarily those ones because well, those ones can easily. But these ones have had it where they come off and smashed.
The other week I had quite a late one with some regulars. It was like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I always leave these lights on if I'm having a late one, so
Yeah.
like it is now. And also it started violently flashing. And then they started joking around and they were going, like Whitney, flash, start calling it Whitney, don't know why. Flash if you don't like this, if you don't like that, or if you think this or that. And every time they said something, it would flash, and as soon as they stopped talking to it, it would stay like that.
Also, just you know, Mum says a few catheads have just come from the back of the pub, just so you know. So she's sitting outside, she just saw something that resembled something off the Shaun of the Dead.
Did you just say a cat head?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Watch me go and fight a cat head.
Yeah, cathead. She just saw them go, where the fuck you going? Down, like past Chicken George, down round the back of here, a couple of
You're
what
gonna get a
resembled
EMF
Shaun of the Dead catheads.
Guys, it was lovely to meet you. Hopefully
Yes.
we'll see you again.
Oh yeah, we'll be back.
We're going to watch it as well.
Yeah,
Who's
definitely.
going to be back?
Yeah. Great.
Go binge your episode. You've got loads.
Oh, we're going to be binge watching. Me and Molly are going to get home binge watching.
Yeah, I hope we're just hoping sort of test the water, but certainly with whatever.
That's very unusual.
But it's so strange, it's the places and stuff's been experienced.
And the mice.
Yeah. So
It's all very. I'm getting into it.
I know, we might be able to go.
Molly, do you not mention
It's just
it?
saying
Yeah,
open
right.
up, I messed
Bye,
up,
bye,
come
bye.
down,
See you later. Let us know every detail.
We will.
Whoa! That spike.
Did it spike? Yeah, as we walk under this.
So what's there?
There's a speaker above you.
But
It's not that.
that's detecting natural in DC currents, which is
Have you got 2 of those?
yeah.
Where's the...
In fact, I wonder if Old Faithful.
That's upstairs and up there, yeah.
But this is DC current, so this is like not man-made stuff. If we put it, that's magnetic. What this is registering, if you essentially put a compass through here.
Right on that point.
That then perhaps be why people feel weird when they walk in there, because it crosses a sort of...
Yeah, but the thing is, why are they feeling weird? Because that shouldn't be there.
Pick up the other one.
Do you read anything off K? There's nothing off K2 going through it.
Even whilst we're in here, we're getting.
Whoa, that's strange.
Pulsating.
Yeah, they just had little. What happens if you just put that straight on the table? If you put that flat on the table.
It's a little baseline. But then it all should, if there's any spikes from that baseline. Is there anybody here with us? Is there someone in the snug?
See, that's weird that that's down now to 0.
Where's the other camera?
On the bar. That's weird.
Would you like me to turn these lights on?
Yes, that's alright, yeah.
And then I'm going to go and eat my dinner.
I say you just missed something quite interesting.
Oh, that's lucky, isn't it? What was it?
Do you want to show me again?
Yeah, so, I mean, this will detect DC electric field, so like, rather than sort of wiring and this, that and the other.
I've seen them, yeah, I've seen them before.
If we go this side,
Watch what happens when you go through there.
it's literally the crossover.
It's literally dead.
It's just that spot there.
It's definitely in here.
There's something in this area.
That all kicks off as soon as you walk through that little doorway.
I can't figure out what it is. I have a theory what it might be, but it still doesn't make sense compared to other stuff that's in the video and matching it up. So there's a section where the camera in the office is just filming, there's nothing at all. And I'm going through editing and waveform suddenly goes like spike, 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 big. And I had my speakers turned up and I heard this. So a car goes past and then you hear it. It's a really weird sound. On headphones, it sounds almost like something's rubbing the microphone.
Yeah. I do. When you first said that, the first thing I thought was, oh, it'll be the car on a drain or. Doesn't sound like that.
And during the night, there's multiple times where cars go past. There's lorries that go past that doesn't do that sound.
That's a strange sound.
It's a really weird sound. You listen to that on headphones, it almost sounds like a sonic sound in the room. It's not like it doesn't sound like Foley sounds, like moving cloth or anything. It sounds like a crispiness, like electric sound to it. It's like whooshing in the microphone. But again, that camera's up there the entire time, and it's like you get the odd car going past, and then just like these three massive spikes of this like.
And again, it would happen
sound.
More than once, even if it was a drain or something.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought originally. I thought it was cars that had just gone past the Gainsborough, were going up the hill, and then like if you have a lorry that like the tail's going like that as it's going over, something's going like. But lorries go up there on the video and it doesn't do it.
And it doesn't particularly sound like that.
No, and even the one car that's in that clip goes, and then there's a few seconds before that sound.
Yeah.
And so the sound of the car is actually quieter than that sound after, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it does sound more like it's in the
room, like something moving about.
I don't know if there's a way where I can turn that emergency light off either. I think they stay on.
Oh, that's all right. That should be all right. I've tested that and it's not picking up anything, so
okay.
Should be fine.
Right, I'll turn these lights off, go and eat my dinner, and then I'll venture back down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we ain't lost. I ain't gonna be too late, but yes.
Interesting so far. So that's completely baseline now. It's on the table, so it's just within that spot between the door.
Yeah, I mean it will baseline, but then if there are any fluctuations from that baseline, it will then go off again.
Yeah, nothing on K2. Taking K2 through there. That's completely. Yeah, that's completely.
But the thing is,
still
like, obviously there is the whole theory of EMF. High levels of EMF can affect your brain. It can make you feel like a heavy presence.
This room, I don't know if it's just because of the heat, but this room does feel really.
But is that?
And I said that earlier.
Is that not the high EMF that could potentially be playing into that and making people, especially when
potentially? But then why have you got high EMF here?
Yeah, it's like. Is that a bit of the structure that was altered though?
I mean, there's a speaker here.
I don't think it's anything electrical.
At what point does that kind of peak within? I mean, an interesting thing as well is where that's coming up is in head height.
But then again, that wouldn't explain why it's going off in the office as well. The two places where
it's above
activities
here.
happened.
So this is going through this little corner bit.
So that's creepy. As he moved forward, the shadow went past where someone walked past the window, and I was like, no, that's not right. James's shadow can't do that.
So I mean, it'll detect the change in a little baseline.
Yeah.
But what if we use that in collaboration with the AC one?
Have you tried the other side of the?
Whoa.
Try the other side, James.
It's like going the whole way to pick, but then like, you think like through here, look.
It's pretty steady to like nothing.
I mean, there's just a general movement of going through, but then that little area.
See, and there's nothing through that one.
So this one don't spike when it goes through that area. It will have a gradual increase. Oh bloody hell, there you are. You rotter. So this has a gradual increase as it comes in, whereas that one spikes.
But it's spiking like at weird levels. It's not the speakers. Where's another speaker? There's a speaker here.
But it does it when we're in the snug in itself, just in the room.
Hang on, where's it? Oh, there's one up here. Oh, look.
Yeah, look how close you got into it then.
So that's going pretty high there. There's a speaker above that door, so is it that speaker?
Move it. But it wouldn't explain why it's high in there though.
Oh, yeah. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So I'm coming away from the speaker and that's peaking as I'm moving away. And then down to nothing in here.
So it wouldn't explain that if it is the speaker.
As soon as you walk out of there, I don't know if it's just because it's such a tight space.
Yeah, that's the thing, is trying to wrap your head around whether it is the physical environment or if there's something else there. But it must be something else there because the EMF's different.
So you get the same levels of EMF off, like there's speakers there and one up in that corner. See if you get the same.
Just see if we get the same thing.
But right, so you would think then if it was due to the speakers entirely, you would still be getting those same levels as you're going up.
Yeah.
Up to the speaker.
But then it wouldn't explain on the other one why it was just continuously higher.
Right, so this is going through past the other speakers. Is it speakers that are picking up?
But not. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not getting at the moment the feeling of like a person here.
No.
It's just a weird atmosphere.
Right, look, I'm literally like 2 foot away from that speaker and it's not doing anything. I have to get like there.
Yeah, that's what I meant. We were walking through what sort of chest height, and it was spiking.
There's that other speaker there. So I have to get like all the way to there.
Probably about half a foot.
But in the other room, it's all the way into the room.
Yeah. I don't think that's the speakers.
There's nowhere else, is it?
And not just that, when you walk around it, it's like it was spiking.
Yeah.
Whereas now, walking around in here, it's not. Yeah, 0.2, 0.1 up to the speaker.
So that matches with what we've got for the dry field.
Up to speed 0.4, yeah. Climbed as you get near the speaker.
Standard walk through the building, 0.4. That's about what we had on the other tri-field, between 0 and 1. Yeah. Over a 1 now.
Really? As high as that? 0.9 now, yeah. And it's the same up through upstairs?
1.2, yeah.
1.2 towards the front of the building?
Electrical fields, nothing much.
Is there anyone here with us inside the Gainsborough, as it's now known?
In the Royal Oak.
Or the Pied Cow, as it used to be before that. I think it was the Pied Cow.
No, it wasn't the pie cow.
Where's the Pied Cow?
Next door. It was the I've forgotten what she said it was now.
Oh, tell you what as well with it. So, we've had this at a few places. I'm going to set this here, right? Come and sit here, across from me.
What, in the only chair I can't see anymore?
Or this one. Sit here. This is better one here. So, kind of like how... Oh! I just had a figure move across in the room.
Where I was it?
I don't know, that was weird.
Time frame?
30 minutes... 30 minutes 25?
Okay.
Do you want to see quick?
Yeah.
As there was like a white figure moves across inside the room.
Are you sure it wasn't me?
You were sat down.
Over here.
Well, no, but like there's flapping or something.
The only thing I could think it was where I'd sat down and moved my camera.
Maybe. The only thing I can think is maybe IR.
Would that have been IR?
What bit are we looking at?
I swear I saw it. Inside the dark there.
That was me, I think, wasn't it?
That's... Who was there?
Like there. But I think that
I'm wondering,
was...
is it me looking down after you've moved and I just saw the end of
Just
your...
caught the edge of that.
Fuck, never mind. Sitting there looking in, it's the same thing we said at places before where like you sit, it's like you're sitting on the outside and you're watching into the... Like there's a threshold beyond that you can kind of see. Like, have a look. Right, like this. So, sitting here, looking across that way, it's almost like the darkness that's inside there is just like a swirling...
Just shifting about.
Yeah. But there's not that anywhere else.
You can kind of see it on the camera. I'm on standard
There's
vision.
like, it's like a visual version of what we're kind of talking about with like the atmosphere changing.
Yeah, I'm off night vision. You can kind of see.
It's as if there's stuff moving around, like black smoke in there.
Is there anybody in the snug at the moment?
Could you move something for us?
Could you go near one of those objects that's on the table? The one where the red light is? If you move round it or touch it, we'll be able to know that you're there.
So that's not night vision, is it? Right.
Well, no, I don't know if something went off in the kitchen. It just lit up all of a sudden. But I don't know if it did. I don't know if I've only just noticed the lights on in there.
Yeah, I think I might have set it off though.
But how would he have set it off if he's not near it? It just all of a sudden looked like there was a light in the kitchen that wasn't there before.
There is like a little light that every now and again sort of flashes against that wall from something.
It's probably like a carbon monoxide or fire alarm thing.
Yeah, it turned on when I went in.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember the motion sensor going off in the kitchen?
I remember.
Straight up, no, I don't.
No, I think I remember you mentioning there's a light in the kitchen.
Sophie
Did
on
I?
the video is the first person to actually mention it, because it was towards the end of the night. You were sitting like facing where the kitchen door is,
Yeah,
and you go, "Oh, I think I just saw a light turn on in there."
yeah, because I remember. I think you both kind of dismissed it at the time. I think you were actually like, "Oh, it's just the
Well,
like the fire exit light or whatever." And I was like, "No, the light has just come on."
a reason why it partly got dismissed as well is because it happened to be the timing of it. It went off as you went into the room to go and check on it. But in actual fact, the motion sensor that night went off 73 times.
73 times?
I thought it was 74.
74? But last year.
So I have some video here to show you what I went back through and found. And I've pinpointed on the timeline of that entire section of video the timing of when it went off.
No pattern.
So we can have a look and see. So this is what was actually going on in the kitchen for the whole night.
Oh, right.
And this is sped up like twice the speed.
This might sound really...
to be fair, I just saw something fly across the screen.
This might sound really weird. Have you tried to decipher that in Morse code?
I haven't, no. But yeah, so for the entire time we were there, we were having the motion sensor go off the whole time. So I didn't know if this is a case of it being something was in the kitchen setting it off. But when it comes to the timeline, so this is when I had it in editing, and each of those little blocks is like the start of when I put in the text. So you can see it's like a batch, then a long bit, batch, then a long bit, batch, then a long bit, little bit. So it has this kind of pattern for the first bit and then really drops out of a pattern. And then towards the end, it's even like not going off for a good chunk of time, and then suddenly going off. The only thing I could think is there's something in there that was slightly moving. It was quite a warm night that we were in there filming. I wonder if it was bugs setting it off.
Well, as in that other clip that you showed, there was a brief second where it looked like a fly or something.
It seems weird for it to go off that frequently with a bug in there.
Yeah. So I went back through and actually scanned through the footage, and there's a couple times where there would be like a single fly would go past the camera, but that would literally be like it. It might have even been Luke popping his head around the corner. I think that was when
a lot for it to be an insect, considering you'd expect to see it on, like, showing up on camera. Bearing in mind the range of view of the motion sensor is completely in range of the camera.
And one of the weird things about it as well was any times that you had gone in there to check on it, it had just stopped. So you're walking in there, looking around and going, "Oh, it's not on."
Yeah.
You would go away, and then it would start going off again. And there was a couple times, again, because it's going off so frequently, I don't know if it has anything connected to what we were doing, but there was like times where we would be talking about certain things and then it would be going off. So it was almost like there was some sort of connection, something working in the kitchen doing stuff while we're in there.
Oh, it's so weird. Like this, I don't know, because there's that like background sound of the whatever that noise is. But as soon as you come in here, because it deadens it, it's like we said, it's like you walk into somewhere.
Yeah, it's like a different building walking into here.
You can like feel it in here. It's weird.
And whatever it is, we've documented it.
Can you move something in this room for us? Or do something to get us out of this pub. You seem to be able to move things to scare people and generally cause mischief. There must be something you can do with us here as well.
Got loads of things on that table there, if you could move any of those.
I was wondering as well, is it because it's psychologically, because it's a lot darker in this area? Is that what it is?
But it still wouldn't explain the EMF?
No, I wouldn't. I thought I heard like beeping. Yeah, it's weird. As soon as you come into here, it's completely different. It's just now like the holy grail of it would be if that went off.
The only difference we've recorded between in here and out there is EMF.
Yeah.
The only thing we've documented that's different.
It does seem especially weird because I thought debunking those EMF spikes that would come down to the speakers there, but
I could have tried it with the
why is it
others.
still picking up EMF a few metres away from them in the room?
When it doesn't with the other
It
ones.
doesn't do it with any other speaker. Hmm. See, it's the thing as well, thinking like if it is like poltergeist activity, is that less likely to be responding directly to us talking to it? Is it going to be doing stuff just in the environment?
Yeah, I think so. And everything we've heard would tie in with that. Could well be the case that it is poltergeist related, but it's that thing, if you spend enough time somewhere,
Something will happen.
you will have something happen.
It doesn't feel haunted as of yet, but it feels odd. I don't know if it's the layout or the positioning of stuff, but it's just weird. Like, I don't really know where to focus. Do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like
I'm
there's
with you
so
on
much
that.
going on at once.
The camera in the kitchen actually moved on its own.
What do you mean by move on its
So
own?
again, it's
Like-
very, very slight. The camera's pointing level, and it just goes like that and points upwards.
So you'd have thought a camera would go down,
I had-
because automatically, if for example you haven't tightened the thing on the tripod, it goes down.
So I had to. I got the footage. I play the first bit where it's actually what you see, and then I zoomed it in the second time around just so you can see that like difference on the zoom.
Stuff, but it's just weird. Like, I don't really know where
It's very, very
to
slight.
focus. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm just going to zoom in.
it's just weird. Like, I don't really know where. Oh yeah.
It does.
It just
Focus.
very, very
Well,
tiny.
something's just kind of nudged it.
Stuff.
Yeah,
It's just weird. Like, I don't really know where.
it's very slight, but it's enough that I noticed it as I was going through.
It's just weird. Like, I don't really know where to focus.
It's funny.
That's so weird.
I didn't know, because in my head I didn't know if that was just a slight bit from the weighting on it that it tilted, but I thought if it did that you would get a
How
gradual
long into the
tilt.
recording was that?
This is basically after everyone else had left and it was just us
So
there.
even if it was right at the start, you might think things are settling down.
Well, also people walking around. I thought maybe it was people's feet had shaken
But
it.
do
And
more than once, you'd think. Or
Yeah.
you do right at the start when it's first set up. It might, just adjust till its natural resting position. But to do it
Again,
that far,
I thought it would be like it would tilt and then the weight would carry it, or maybe the whole thing it'd just be slightly tilted. But literally, you've got maybe
It's just like somebody's come along and give it a little tap.
maybe an hour of nothing, and then it just goes like that, and then carries on for the rest of it. So that was really weird.
Tell you what, focus somewhere specifically.
As well, of another kind of theory with stuff. I mean, the amount of water that they've got downstairs in the cellar. I mean, you tend to have sort of paranormal activity happening around
Water.
Around water.
Yeah.
So she basically got like a mini lake underneath the building.
It's a bit extreme.
But it sounds like he's only had this stuff happening since he's been here, and he's had that since he's been here.
The girls have said other stuff has happened though, and they've been here a lot longer than he has. It just feels heavy. It feels like I'm more wanting to go to sleep in here than I am out there. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'm just more... It just feels like there's a lot of pressure, like, raining down, you know?
It's funny you said about pillar of...
What?
Seems to be a pillar of energy, and you feel like the pressure's going like downward.
Yeah.
Would you reckon maybe go into the other area and then see if we get drawn back here by something? Because it could be that sort of thing of like we're too in its area for it to do it.
Too in it to win it.
Yeah. Yeah, we sort of been mainly in that bit, and it's picking up weird readings and things.
Yeah.
We thought maybe it was the speakers.
Not really high reading.
Yeah, we thought maybe it was the speakers, but it seems to just be inside that room. And it feels like it's a lot warmer in there, but then we measure the temperature, it's the same temperature there as out here.
Yeah, not really had anything else happen as such.
So it's safe for now.
Yeah.
Safe for now, yeah.
It's just been that, which is interesting in itself. It's just unusual. It's sort of in that area, which is where stuff's been experienced.
Yeah. Cheers for having us over, man.
That's all right.
It's been a proper good night. It's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, we'll definitely come
So yeah,
back.
just let me know when I come back and I'll
Yeah, we'll do. Hopefully be a bit of a cooler night as well.
yeah.
Looking forward to it.
So you picked that up.
I picked that up from the office, and because I saw the screen was off, I was like, I'm going to wait till I get down to have a look and just check, and it's off. The camera's flicked it off.
On the off position.
Yeah. We set it up there, recording, came down. We haven't been up since.
No.
I'm checking it.
Definitely record
Yeah, check that.
Yeah.
Well, it must have recorded when it turned off.
Someone would have to actually like come and turn the thing off.
I would watch it now, like in a sleep picnic or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching Gordon Ramsay's.
That's even scarier.
You're gonna have to message me now. When you watch that through, you're gonna have to message me.
So basically, those were my 3 things I wanted to show you guys of what we actually picked up.
We thought it was like a really quiet night and that not much happened apart from like some high EMS spikes and.
I wasn't expecting any of that, especially that many hits on the motion sensor.
I can't get my head around that. I thought, is it the battery dying? But then if the battery's dying, why would it be using the battery?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't it just go off?
And it would be, you think as well. I mean, maybe they do have a dying battery pattern, but my idea would be that it'd probably do something on a frequent, like a blip, blip,
Yeah.
rather than just doing sporadic.
And even with those activations, there's a couple points in it where it will go off, and as it's fading, it'll go off again.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's something still moving in front for a period of time. Then it won't do anything for like 20 seconds, and then it will have like 5 hits in a row.
Yeah.
Then nothing. Ooh. Basically, that is the most interesting stuff that we got from that night. It's a shame, really, that now it's changed hands. I don't know how if the people that own the Gainsborough now see this. Like, not saying if you want us back, but I'm hoping you're all right with the fact that we've finally got this video together and put it out. I mean,
also though, if they did want us back, then,
we'd be happy to go along.
Yeah,
Certainly, we got more there than we thought we did on the night.
absolutely.
It's been nice to finally like cohesively put that video together.
2 years in the making.
And now
Over
we've
2
got
years in the making.
a special one to show you. So interesting investigation overall at the Gainsborough. Hopefully, maybe you might see us back there again in the not too distant future. And yeah, on to the next Ghost Stops.